there's been a clamor for state policing to decentralize the center and take it to the level of state policing and all of that. You've quoted the appropriate provision of the Constitution. This decentralization of SARS to the states and the CPs of each state, can we consider it a precursor to a completely decentralized Nigerian police force?
Well, I don't want to align myself absolutely and completely with what you've just said. However, what we're trying to do again, we believe, is also in line with the yearnings of and aspirations of Nigeria. Nigerians have always called for decentralization of power. They've always called for devolution of power. And most importantly, what we are doing is also in tandem with the principles of democratic policing and community policing. The people you are policing ought to be close to the policing institutions. The people you are policing ought to have a say in your policing strategies. We don't want a SARS office that is domiciled in Akure and yet under the absolute control of a commissioner of police sitting somewhere in Force Headquarters, Abuja. No, that is not proper. But I want to also tell Nigerians one thing. What we've just done, or what the Inspector General of Police have just done, is just a tip of the iceberg. It's just a micro of the macro forms of reforms we want to carry out. We are not going to walk this walk alone. We are going to work with the presidency.
Let me bring in this one, Mr.
National Security Advisor.
Pardon me. Let me bring in this so you can also respond to it because it's part of what was announced at the moment. The Special Election Investigation Team, what are they going to be doing?
The Special Election Investigation Team is just an ad hoc investigation team that just been set up. Its mandate is going to be a very narrow mandate. It's going to be focused extensively and exclusively on electoral offenses, offenses that we anticipate may be committed in the run-up to the elections, during the elections, or post-elections. As soon as we are done with that, that team will be disbanded. It's just an ad hoc team. The reason is to ensure effectiveness in the handling, investigation, processing, and prosecution of offenses that might be committed during the elections. We do hope that Nigerians don't commit offenses during the elections, but we need to plan ahead, we need to be strategic, we need to be forward-thinking and forward-looking, and that's exactly what we're going to do. This team will be domiciled under the control of the Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of the Force Investigation and Intelligence Department. And this team will also work directly or work in partnership with the legal department of INEC. And so it's just created to ensure effectiveness. It's just created to ensure that cases that has to do with electoral offenses are handled in the most expedient manner.
During staggered elections, we have quite a high number of policemen seconded to these states for the elections, Ekiti, Osun, staggered elections here and there. Now we're going to have a general election. How ready? Yes, we know that at some point the president said that some new policemen should be recruited ASAP. How ready is the Nigeria police, and do we have enough men to work during this election, seeing that it's the Nigeria police force that takes the lead of all security apparatus that's going to be used for these elections?
Let me use this opportunity to assure Nigerians that we are prepared, we are poised to give Nigerians the best ever security arrangement for a general elections in Nigeria. We will guarantee a level playing field for all political actors. We will ensure that politicians, candidates for the election, the electorates, election observers and monitors are all given a free, safe, and enabling environment for them to discharge their respective constitutional rights as well as functions. But I also quickly want to let you know that we will not be doing this alone. There are other sister security agencies that will be joining us in the policing and monitoring of the electoral duties. We expect our colleagues from the National Civil Defense, our colleagues from the immigration, the customs, the prisons, the Federal Road Safety Corps, and the rest of them to be part and parcel of the whole process of policing this election. And so if you walk into a polling booth or a polling unit, you may just see a police officer and operatives from the other units. But wherever you see the police and other operatives from other security agencies, the police, irrespective of his rank, will be the leader of that team. The police will continue to maintain its primacy in internal security arrangement and assignments and tasks. And so I want to assure Nigerians that with the complementary efforts of other sister security agencies, we have enough manpower to be able to deliver on this core mandate. And Nigerians have nothing to fear. We are here to ensure that we safeguard lives and property. We are here to do the right thing. We will remain professional. We will remain impartial. We will provide excellent security services. It is our responsibility to protect the innocent from deception. It is our responsibility to protect the weak against the oppression and intimidation by the strong. It is our responsibility to protect the innocent, the peaceful against the violence and disorderliness of lawbreakers. It is our responsibility to guarantee at all times the constitutional rights of all Nigerians to equality, liberty, and freedom.
This special election investigating team, at what point do they end their duties? Are they the ones going to be responsible or answerable to election tribunal when the matters get to those areas?
Well, I don't want to link them up with the election tribunals, because Chamberlain, if you cast your mind back to most of the cases that had come before election tribunals in the past, they are just politicians coming up against another politician. They are usually politicians suing, either one politician suing another politician, joining INEC and other relevant bodies to the suit. So we are not going to be, the police certainly will not be involved in such kind of cases. Our domain will be exclusively, we'll be dealing exclusively on matters involving infraction of the law. You know, if you destroy election materials, for example, you snatch ballot boxes, or you engage in vote buying, or you engage in any other activity that directly infringes on the criminal aspect of the law, that falls within the ambit of our responsibility. And it is those areas that we'll be looking at. We will certainly not be party to electoral suits when a candidate is probably seeking an order of the court to either annul an election or seeking an order of the court to invalidate whatever result that has been given and probably seek to be declared the winner.
All right, Frank.
we won't be involved in such matters.
We'll anchor at that point, and we thank you very much indeed for coming on the program. And welcome back to your position, Frank Uba, First Public Relations Officer, and all the best.